Hello everyone, welcome. I am going to play with some trash. You know, trash can be fun to play with. And if you follow AJ's Inspired Life, you will know that each month she has a challenge for every day of our creative journals to add something that in her own stash she's been trying to use better. This month is trash. And you know, it's easy just to, use kitchen trash, like the box or something like that. But I thought, let's make some ahead of time for those days we, don't have trash, because we eat a lot from the farm. We have a garden, we have our own livestock. I don't always have kitchen scraps because I don't use processed foods every day. I use them some, but not every day. I do have fabric. Now, the definition of trash is using what somebody else might throw away. So with my scraps, I'm thinking not all of this is trash. Some of this is beautiful, big, nobody would throw away. But some of it is. Some of this was in beautiful Happy Meal. Isn't that gorgeous? It's definitely not trash. I do call salvage edges trash because most people who sew throw these away. But I'm kind of collecting them for something, but I use them. This is something that I've made out of a salvage edge where I just sewed some of my pretty decorative stitches on my sewing machine. Some of these a seamstress might throw away because she probably can't do much with it. So, it's kind of like one man's junk is another man's treasure. I just finished making this. This was a Happy Meal given to me. It's not trash. This is a scrap piece of fabric. It could be trash. This is a Land O'Lakes end of a box. Trash. This is an old stamp. Trash. Put it together and I think it's kind of cute. So, what else do I have? This is a remnant. I've cut, just so you know, I've cut some big holes out of a vanilla, excuse me, whatever you call them, wafers I used for cheesecake that I made today. So that's where these came from. And I've already punched them out. I have this. I have this. I have this. I have these. This could be a pocket. But it's a crooked pocket. Yeah, these could be belly bands. But they can be pretty belly bands. I still want to show that they came from trash. This was from a box that some washi tape came in. I've got some paper clips, so we could make paper clips out of some scraps, and some stuff like that. So let's get going. Thought maybe my little board here is already getting glue spots and dirt. I came up and a little girl had painted on it. And it's to use, don't get me wrong, but I don't need to make it any dirtier than it already is. So, I have this, and I can use scrap paper, which I have plenty of. Let me see. But this, I kind of organized this the other day. Do I have, I'm working on the pocket. Let's get it up there on top. What might I want to use? See, if I do something like that, then you never know it's trash. And I want to be able to see the trash. Now see, this could be used for trash because I'll put this in because it's, you can tell this was the piece of paper. And then you can see there's scrap paper on top. So see, that is scraps. Here's another one that's scraps. And you can tell, I don't know why these are in here. These need to be moved out. Good time to use those. Okay. Now, another one. Yeah. So, what can we use? It is hot, hot, hot. Not as hot as it was Sundays last week. I'm just pulling this kind of stuff out so I've got it if I want to use it for a belly band or a pocket or something. This some people might throw away. I already used the bottom because I used it to no, I just think that's kind of pretty with the lakes and stuff. I'm kind of having trouble covering this. Let's see if we can. Didn't do much, did it? This, we'll just take that top off so at least it's straight. I'm not going to throw that away because I could put those words like right there. And the challenge doesn't say I have to do anything. I have it. I made a tab with, whoops, that's why I changed it. Okay. I'm going to hold off on that. I just can't think on that. Let's do something different. I really like to make clusters, so let's just make some fabric clusters. I'm going to cut now I can do this, 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 and then I don't want green because there's not green here. However, and the thing about making these, you don't have to have everything a scrap. Let's try this red. You know, if you have one piece as a scrap, then you're good to go. Well, let's glue some together and we'll see. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. I am filming this the day after the 4th of July, Sunday afternoon. We did not do anything in particular for the 4th. I worked in the garden, got green beans pulled. My husband canned them. He was on the second batch when I got up this morning. And he's a very early riser. I had planned on being an early riser, but I didn't sleep good last night. Well, that's just not wanting to turn. And I had even set my alarm because there's, so I didn't have to take care of my flowers and stuff in the heat, and went back to sleep. So now let's put a stamp in the middle of it, and I consider these stamps, my husband had a grandfather or grandmother or somebody who enjoyed stamp collecting. These are the ones that weren't worth anything. So I could have thrown them out when I found a box of them, but I didn't. All right. Let's do something with these. This would be my topper. I'm not real crazy about this fabric. My granddaughter is. I just can't sew with it and don't know what to do with it. So we'll make kind of let's make a fabric flip. I'm not going to be on here too long. I'm tired. I'm kind of ready to be done for the day, and it's only 3 o'clock. Yeah, a little too early to feel that way. And remember, scrap does not, or trash does not have to mean just paper. I know many people who throw things away that aren't paper, like this, the stuff that's little enough. Now the lace I wouldn't consider as paper. And I can still add other trash to my journal page. Just because I have something like this on it does not mean I can't use something different. I can have the whole page of scraps if I want to. Wonder if I take this, well, why can't I do that? Because I can. So I'm going to do it, see if I can do it this way. And it can just kind of be very simple, creative, and it gives you a chance just to sit and be creative. And oops, it's upside down. No, it's not. There. I have to hold it a minute. What are you all doing today? Keeping busy? Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 already done, and that's not counting And I have lots of masterboards I could use, but that's not counting all this that I've already got made. But now when you need one for every day of the year, I mean one for every day of the month of July, I'm gonna move this out of the way right now. It's not, I have these stencils I could use. I punched, and I could use those as trash because I threw them away the day I did it and then grabbed them back out of the trash. I could come up with something from this. You know, this would make a pocket with a big hole in the middle. I could, let's see. Can I make a pocket with that hole? And what we're really trying to do is just keep more from going to the landfill. And then if I used something like that for the middle. What else maybe do I have that might? This fabric's tempting. Oh, I like this just because it's, oh, I like that. That's kind of fun. Let's go with that. Now, as you can see, I'm not spending days thinking about this. And the reason I have to craft that way, I've had people tell me, my gosh, how do you make a decision so fast? And I think I've said this before, if I keep bringing other things to the idea, then I get overwhelmed. And then I can't decide at all. And I admire those people who, you know, can. So let's straighten that thing up a little. Well, there. Got new scissors. Boy, that is one. Well, it's going to probably be crooked in my book. But I think that's kind of fun. And then I can decorate this on the page as needed. I don't want to have it all completely done. But you know, I could put something like this on it. I can also put ruffles and stuff like that that, you know, if you put this on the bottom, you don't notice that that's crooked. See that? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there because that is a scrap. It's been coffee dyed, and I kind of got this up a little bit because I don't want it to get in that glue that I'm letting dry a little bit. See? And I can do the same kind of thing up here. So, and a little crooked, I don't care. It's trash. It was going to go in the ditch. Now it's not. I could make this a tile. Let's get, where's my acrylic art glue? Hold on a second. I know I have some somewhere. I haven't used that in ages. Where did I put it? I am so dirty. I've watered, I've cooked, could use fingernail polish instead, but I really want to use my glue. And y'all are probably sitting there thinking, use this, use this, use this, you've got this. And I could, but I really wanted to use, well, right now I'm going to stamp it. We are beginning Fair Week, yeah. And for any of you that are rural and understand Fair Week, no, it's a busy time. It's about every day on the, if you're showing and got livestock and stuff, you're there about every day. It's here in our town. I'm thinking, I haven't forgotten you, I'm thinking. And tomorrow, the kids move into the fair. They took a load of stuff today that decorated the pins and that kind of thing. Then tomorrow, they will move livestock in. It's a busy day for my son. They'll move livestock in, and the kids do trap shooting. Well, Jackson does trap shooting. Both of them do archery. And then I'm going to just let that sit for a minute. They will go and get the motor camper. They rent one for the week, and then they stay down there. We come home. We don't stay down there. I've never stayed down there. I'm not starting now. I am not a camping person. I'm going to try this. I grew up camping, and I hate it. In my idea, that's not a vacation. Now, for what they're doing, they're not doing it for a vacation. Let's see if it's better if I get it up higher. They're doing it because then they can be close to the livestock and stuff. There, that worked. Now, let's... I want my art glitter glue. You know I put it somewhere so I wouldn't lose it. I know where it's at. It's behind me. Right there. I think I want to, let's put some gold around it. We could also I decided I don't want gold. I don't think that gold's going to work very well with the so we'll use some of this. See, this is a fun way to use your trash. I may have to write on here that my trash is on that one, and if I even use it for this. This you can tell is a vanilla wafer, but okay, now let's see what happens. I hope that stamp on that vanilla wafer box is good and dry. I don't know how it's going to do. And this is how you can decorate your trash. Oh, it did. Look, now isn't that the cute thing? Okay. Get a paper towel. See what else we can make. Okay, what do we, well here, if you don't have our glitter glue, let's see what nail polish we do. I'm all caught up in my creative journal. Got yesterday all done yesterday. Yeah, that's how kind of a day it was. You could do it ahead of time. And then I've gone through and put stuff I know I want to put in for each day of the farm. Like, you know, the stuff that's the livestock. That may be a little too dark for that bunny. I really like how this turned out for trash. And I've got, I can make a bunch more. What else could, we could also use these for tiles. And I don't want, you know, but these are so simple, they're already done. All I gotta do is put our glitter glue on them, and I've prettied up my trash. And I could do other stuff with them, but I don't have to. And I can even, when these are dry, I can poke holes in them and put bulb pins in it, or, and make a dangle or a tag, or you know, day in, day out, I wouldn't use this one, but I can on this because it's trash. It was just the side of the box that washi tape came in. So there I am. And what I don't use, I can use for something else. Okay, what else is stuff? Okay, toothpaste. Okay, let's let the tiles dry. Let's make a, I never could think of that word, belly band. So let's use some, and like I said, oh, right there's, talk about a scrap. Here's a scrap. Not wanting to curl up, but it's just gonna have to curl up because I can't fix it now. what if I could put this on top and make it a tag. I just thought of that. I was thinking that's so difficult. I could make it a tag and I could write on the back. Now, I was trying to decorate it up. I'm looking for my stapler. I know it's just sitting here. I just used it. How does stuff walk away? There it is. You know, it's like we have it and then all of a sudden it's gone. Now, do we want something pretty? That's probably gonna be too tall, but I'll cut it off when I use it. Since I'm making this all to be used right now, I can. And see, these I could put, let me show you. See, these, I could even put these going down the page. Or something like that. I can. Now I've got this cardboard. I just pulled this out of the trash. Because let's just take this and to make a cluster. I could make more than one cluster, and I could use this, and I could, and I have more of this down here. I think I like it that way, so we're gonna cut this off because I don't want the trash to take up my whole page. And then I could put scrap of fabric, but I don't want again to take the whole page. And I'm going to, and the reason I'm stapling it is because it's easy. And I'm going to cover that's stapled. So I'll put, looking for my desktop. Okay, let's put on don't know what I want to put on it. I could put a flower. Oh, how about a bow? Pardon my reach. Duff is gonna craft a lance in a minute. There. Oops. That's not working well. Let me glue this on and then redo those. I'll put more art glitter glue on them. But see how that turned out? I think that's cute for trash. Okay, let's put more on this. I thought I had another one of these. Maybe not. Maybe it's glued to something. Now, redoing this is not the best way to do it because you get, that was the bicycle. Okay, maybe that was all of them. Because they get a little funky. But you can see the difference between how this turned out versus how the nail polish turned out. And I think it needs another coat of nail polish. And it kind of really looks dark until it dries, and then you can see it a little more. But if it's a tag, I can tell, you can see the back what it is. And that's kind of cool too. So in just a few minutes, you can see I've got several of these made out of trash. Didn't cost a thing. All stuff I already had, and except, you know, scrap fabric, scrap lace, stamp, easy peasy. And just use what you've got. No need to get flustered, no need to anything. Use what you got and have some fun. And as always, remember, you have a purpose. Bye for now.